So what do you do when your plans change and you kind of have no other option anyway? For that and more, let's jump in. Yeah, what's up everyone? Welcome to Filmspiration. My name is writer-director Edgar Ibarra, and this is The Process. And man, what a process it's turning out to be. COVID-19, screw you. Because it's flipping everyone's world upside down. It's 10:05. I actually should have been in bed about 5 minutes ago, but I wanted to get a video out, and I'm like, what am I going to talk about, honestly? Because here's how my day went. COVID-19 is changing things, at least at our news station. So myself being a cameraman, we now, there's a lot going on out in the streets. We're basically the crews of cameramen and reporters are actually going to be out in the streets a whole lot more often, still observing all of the basics, of course, washing your hands, avoiding big clusters of people. I think what the president had said was like 10 or more. And so, all that good stuff, of course. And, I've got my sanitizer and everything on me. But so that actually should have started more yesterday. Things in my schedule didn't quite allow for it to start that much yesterday. But today, I thought I was going to work the night side because here in Pima County, we've got the elections. And whenever elections come around, cameramen or crews, reporters and cameramen who usually work the day shift, which is like 9:30 to 6:30 Monday through Friday, and it's pretty common to be asked to work the nighttime shift, which is like 2:30 to 11:30. That's what I was doing, and then plans changed again, and that's okay. That's what happens. Plans change, and so I was actually in at 11 o'clock. I got out at 8 o'clock. I was home by about 8:30. So that's it wasn't hard on my body or anything, but it's just like it messes with the routine that we all have. And ironically enough, just thinking about it, just a few weeks back I made a video called The Power of Routine. Sorry, I'm trying to get the light right here. I made a video called The Power of Routine, and I definitely have my routine down, and it's a challenge to stick to, but man, coronavirus, you have messed it all up, not just for myself, but for everyone. But I can't complain too much. Thankfully, I'm still healthy. I hope you're still healthy. If not, please take care of yourself. Even if you're healthy, please take care of yourself. Wash your hands, all that stuff. But I don't have too much to complain about. Like, let's be honest about that. So plans changed, and here I am thinking so I also opened up my email, and I had written a fellow YouTuber, NerdLens. I'm gonna check. Everyone, please see. I'm telling you, it's late, and I already took my my generic ZQL. It's late, but no. So I'd written you, NerdLens. Saying, hey, is there anything that I can improve upon? Thank you so much for your feedback. A lot of great things that I received, and basically one of the big takeaways from you, NerdLens, was just a bunch of great ideas that I would love to implement. The challenge for my life, and the thing that really honestly aggravates me a little bit, is I don't have the time or the flexibility that I would like this lighting's horrible. There you go. Well, it still looks pretty. There you go. There, I look the normal tone of red tomato, more or less. And my hair is all messed up because, I come home, I jump straight into the shower, get I was about to say the COVID off of me, just jump in the shower, antibacterial soap everywhere, and that's why you've got this funky hair. But the thing is that I love what I do for a living, I really do, but it will provide a lot of irregularity and a lot of breaking of routine when those moments come up, when these times that we rarely ever see and thankfully rarely here in the US, things like, you know, this pandemic, and hopefully not just the US, obviously it's worldwide, and hopefully we all get through it, which we will get, I'll get through it. But these moments are so rare that, you know, you got to respond to them. You got to be there. You got to do your job as a cameraman. And so the regularity is broken. What do you do with that? What do you do when your world is just flipped upside down and you kind of have no other option? Well, you do have one other option. I could have a really salty attitude about it. I could just basically be nasty about it, like, why does it have to, and blah blah blah, you know, like, you know, at least, you know, most other people, I'm happy if you are one of the people that can stay home and at least, you know, maybe be there for your family and, you know, tend to your everyday life, at least at home, and make sure and be productive at home. I'm still going to work, thankfully. And so, but what do you do? I mean, you know, like, I don't want to be nasty. I don't want to be negative. I refuse to do that. I refuse to be that type of person. But at the same time, also, I got to roll with it. That's what I suggest you do too. Roll with it and make the best out of every situation, which was, you know, the same theme more or less. But you know, the same theme from my last video. God, I'm trying to keep my thoughts organized. But you know, this one, I just wanted to, you know, really stress that you gotta just roll with things when they change on you, and they will change on you in a film production, or at least in my line of work today, and it'll flip your world upside down. It's not whether or not, oh, there I go, touching my face again. I will wash my face and my hands. It's not whether or not things will come up that will throw your world off kilter or off balance. It's how you're going to handle it. You know, again, are you going to get grouchy? You're going to get negative? Are you going to curse the world? Are you going to, you know, flip out just because everything's not perfect the way you want it to be, the way you need it to be? Or are you just going to roll with it? Are you going to make the best out of every single situation? I'm filming this on my flippin' phone, which is why the colors are really off and weird, and I'm screwing around with it a good amount, because I don't have the time to get, you know, of course I know it looks better in my Canon Rebel T6i, but you know, I don't have the time to then take the card, get it in the computer, lay it down on the timeline, cut up the intro, export it, and the export takes about 35-40 minutes sometimes, and then take that export and then still upload it. Like, I don't even have that time. I need to go to bed, not just because, like, you know, I'm tired. I'm actually okay, but the thing is, I'm thinking about tomorrow, and I'm already thinking about structuring up the day tomorrow, and the structure of that day starts at 4 a.m., as you've heard me say tons of times. And you know, so I just wanted to roll with it, and oh well, like, you know, I got to film old school ghetto style on my phone. It works. You know, it's not my preferred mode of editing, not like I do a lot of editing in these videos, but you know, just roll with it. That's what I want you to know. Things are going to come up. It's not whether or not things don't come up. Here I am with, you know, my schedule kind of, you know, flipped upside down today. The schedule itself and work itself was fine. It's what it does to the rest of my life outside of work, because everything else, you know, basically, like when I leave home and feed the dogs, and when I come back and feed the dogs, my wife fed them this time, thankfully, all of that gets shifted. So it's not so much work, and that work is like there's anything wrong with work. That's not what I'm saying at all. It's just that everything else gets shifted. These things are going to happen, even on a film set production. Good God, if I could even tell you how many times that happened on my film sets. But guess what? Boo-hoo. Things are going to happen. How are you going to respond? Because that is what's within your power, how you respond. You know, so I'm just going to go ahead and about to, you know, start killing this video, just cutting it short so I can upload it, still do all the tags and everything, because I need to get to bed, because I need to be up at 4 a.m. And hopefully if I can have a little bit more sense of my regular schedule, I can edit from 4 till about 8 or 8:30 at the very latest tomorrow morning, as I regularly always plan to and most days do. But you know, it comes back to that question. Things are going to happen. What are you going to do? You're going to cry about it, or you're going to roll with it? Are you just going to understand, all right, look, this is with the case of like COVID-19. We've all heard the term. This is the new normal. Okay. Whatever. You know, I've been, as a news person, just let me tell you this, I've been in so many other situations where when I have stepped into them at first, and mostly, toward the front end of my career, when I've stepped into these situations, it's been surreal. Like, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening. And now weird thing, or, like interesting things like what we are now all living with the coronavirus, and how we have to stay home and social distancing, all that stuff. Now it's like, okay, this is interesting, it's different, but it doesn't shock me anymore. It doesn't have that shocking effect. And so now I kind of shake it off a whole lot easier, and I hope you're able to, and just understand, okay, this is what's going on. What am I going to do now? Am I going to roll with it, or am I going to cry, bitch, whine, and complain? Boo-hoo. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't have time for that. I don't have the energy for that. Nothing comes of it. It's just about rolling with it. Anyway, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and kill this video. I love you all. If you haven't yet done blah, blah, blah. All right, let's try that again. So if you guys haven't yet done so, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button, as well as that little bell next to it. That way you're notified next time I make a new video. You guys, if you guys have a higher power, consult your higher power. If not, don't ask for anyone's blessing, anyone's permission. Run out there, do your thing, tell your stories. If you don't know how to do what you're trying to figure out how to do, look at that thing. It's called the internet. It's right behind me. You can ask it anything. Use the Googles, use the YouTubes, whatever you want. Figure out how to do it. Run out there, do your thing, tell your stories. I love you all. I'll talk to you later. Remember, roll with it. And stay safe, stay healthy. Wash your hands, stay away from 10 or more people. I'm pretty sure is the number. I'll talk to you guys later. Love you. Adios. Bye.